It's me again. It's me again. I want to talk to you guys about expressing yourself. Express yourself. Expressing yourself, okay? And one thing that I kind of have encountered and still encounter being a black woman, okay? Even in like what they call like family structures, okay? Now, I grew up seeing married women, right? Married women and single women in my family. A lot of single mothers and stuff like that. And so the women in my family were very emotionally, they would express themselves and stuff like that, but they're very tight-lipped with me, okay? When you try to get something out of them, it's kind of like pulling teeth, which is like the most urban, people, stuff like that. Because you have to be strong, you got to be stoic and stuff like that, but, and I'm grateful for how I grew up. I'm saying I had a good childhood and stuff like that. I'm grateful for that. There's not no blame, like a blame session, no, ain't nothing to blame about, okay? What I'm trying to tell you guys is, when it comes to expressing yourself and you're dealing with, women that may have been, you know, uh, you might have a history of abuse in your family or history of different things in your family, or you may not be like the favorite person in your family. They'll have a different set of rules for you than they have for themselves and for those who they actually resonate with. And you'll notice it. Like, I notice, and I'm not upset or anything like that, when people, I'm going to say the elders. A lot of the elders in my family, when I would express myself off of something someone else did or something that they did, even if it was just explain or just life, I'm saying, it could be like a coworker, something just expressing yourself. It would be completely like, oh, you need to, don't worry about that, just give it over to God and just release it, right? And so as I got older and I'm grown now, I noticed that they still kind of do that, but that's not the truth, okay? And you guys might notice this as well. You ever have people tell you, oh, that type of stuff don't bother me. I just give it over to God. But they're like very hateful, jealous people. Here's the thing. Those type of people will listen to hateful, jealous people. They'll listen to gossip. They'll listen to downright lies about you for hours and for years and years. And never tell those people, you need to stop worrying about that. You ungrateful. But now if you on the other end, the person they don't resonate with, they don't like too much, or they might be jealous of it, hate your ass, whatever the extreme is, they'll tell you, you need to let that go. You need to move on. They did what they did. It is what it is. Like, you still mad about that? Damn, move on. You having a pity party. You being immature. Like, you being hella immature. You ever had people say that to you? But then those same people, they be still interacting and talking to people that even in your family that talk about the same stuff, and it be the same, same old, and they don't have no problem with them expressing themselves. Now here's the thing, I notice people like that, they have no problem with people expressing their hatred or their jealousy or their envy, their irritation, being nasty, being bitchy, being cunty. They don't have no problem being an asshole, being a jerk. They have no problem with people expressing themselves like that. They're not telling, that they don't never tell them to let stuff go like that. They revel in it because that's what they resonate with. Okay. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm being real with myself, because when you're releasing addictions and stuff and bad stuff, eating stuff, trying to get your weight and stuff together, those are different coping mechanisms. When you're trying to get healthy coping mechanisms, I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm not saying go walk around here being, ridiculous, but in my own home, ain't nobody around, or I'm talking to somebody in my house, I'm going to vent. I'm going to say, hey, I don't like that. I don't like how that feel. And it's going to be the sincere emotions. The same way I would do while I'm doing that. It's also important to do meditation and prayer. All of that is important. But the way a lot of toxic people, okay, I'm just going to put it, and some of them all people that's toxic don't know that they're being toxic to you. So we're not upset with them, okay? But the majority of the ones who do it towards me and my people that I know, they know it. But what I'm saying is, this could even be a boss or something like that. When you're dealing with people and they have no problem with hateful people saying how they feel. Even if it could be delusional, they haven't let something go. You said 5 years ago, they got a vendetta and animosity towards you. And you could be finally like, hey, that's the last straw. I'm tired of this shit. Like, you need to let that go. Like, you need to move on. You are immature. They shame you for having a reaction to them being bitches and assholes to you. And they have sympathy, sincere sympathy and support and understanding for somebody that could have delusional anger or irritation towards you. Or it might have been something you might have did. You might have got into a fight or something with your cousin or something like that, and they just can't let it go. And you'll notice in the family, they'll kind of like support one and kind of pin. You notice that? Men do it too. Men will tell you that you're immature, you need to do some healing, you broken. But then they'll turn around and mess around with broken women or men, whatever they like. They'll mess around with a broken person that outwardly expresses anger and hatred and jealousy towards even you. So you can kind of see that's called being partial. Okay. That's what it's called. They have selective sympathy. It's not saying that you gotta walk around having pity and stuff like that, but they'll act like they don't understand what you're saying. You be like, well, you know what? I don't like how they talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you don't know what I'm saying? No, that don't bother me. They'll be very. It's called. They'll stonewall you, and then gaslight you. Like, oh, that don't bother me. What did they say? They was talking like this, and then they said this, and I said that. Why does that bother you? You know, you're a people pleaser. You're insecure. So they like to add on top of that. That's a covert person. They like to add on top of, and then they're competing with you. I don't let stuff like that bother me. I just be, I just be chilling. I love myself too much. Shoot. Go get my nails done or something. But if it's a person that they really like, that's a hateful person, they could be hollering and drug induced outrage and weird acting, and I hate them mother, hate out, and they'll sit there and listen and hug them. Oh my God. Oh, you okay? Sweet. Oh, cry. Oh, let it out. Come on, baby. Come on, let it out. It's okay. And then the person, what you mad about? They looked at me right. I know they shouldn't look at you like that. And listen to them for years and then support them. That's why God is so good. I love prayer. I love prayer. God is so good, okay? But even in prayer, all prayer is not hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Not my prayer, okay? Now, you pray how you want to pray and your lying prayers. And I'm praying how I want to pray. I get nice and raw and naked and bare before the Lord. Just here it is, Lord. See the stretch marks and everything. Because I carried something right here and now it's out here, but I still see the marks from it right there. Here it is, Lord. Here's a wound right here. It's got scar tissue on it. It got adhesions on it. Can you loosen it up for me? That's how I pray. That's how I talk. Okay. So I noticed that. And it can be even more disappointing. It's like you guys love to hear jealous, nasty, hateful people just talk, and act like they just so mature and have it so together. And then you'll turn around and in the same instance, the person reacting to, some of that stuff, you'll tell them, just let it go. They did what was best for them. You need to move on. Like a person haven't moved on. Somebody's continuously doing something. You have moved on. They won't leave you the fuck alone. That won't bother me. So you don't understand why somebody keep, upsetting me on purpose. It won't bother me, and I'm being very gracious. But you understand why the other people are bothering me, or nobody had. Keep that same energy. Why are you guys telling them to move on and let it go? Are you telling them it's not no big deal? Then why do y'all tell people that that's expressing themselves off of like reaction? Or like you so harsh, like, you know what? You do too much. You doing too much. Like, it don't, I gotta go. And here come they try to ban. I can't do this. Cause I gotta go to work. I don't got no time for this. And then you be like, what the hell? They try to make you feel stupid and guilty. They'll go right back and get on the phone and be talking to somebody. They'll be late for work, listening to somebody complain about you. Or complain about somebody. So it seems like the communication style, especially, when it comes to ethnic women, y'all like jealousy, nasty, feel like communication. Y'all like that. Do y'all like to act like y'all just more mature than what y'all are? Y'all a place where you're really not. I don't want to do that. I'm just not about to do that. If I have opinions that you don't agree with, that's fine. Don't listen to me. If you don't resonate with me having emotions, that's fine. Nobody's asking you to have empathy for me, but you're not going to push off your weird expectations that's partial to me that you don't hold yourself to, or the people maybe you're screwing or you're having a great time with or that you want to. You don't hold them to none of those expectations. So the title of this is Keep That Same Energy. Peace.